So I would like to welcome you all to our webinar about early childhood teaching qualifications and the things we offer. As a company, we are currently an AIM Middle East, so based in Dubai, but Ms. Maliha will be more than happy to explain all the details. And let me introduce you to what we do and what is today's webinar going to be about. So we're going to talk about the role of an early childhood educator, what it really means. In section 2, we're going to be talking about all qualifications, the knowledge and the competence in the early childhood education. And in section 3, we're going to be talking about early childhood qualifications itself, and then we will open for question and answers. Now, during the time, we'll be running a couple of polls, which is like a questionnaire that will come to your screen, and you'll be asked to participate and click on the right answer that you think will be the one. Now, it's going to be very easy, so don't worry. It's just for the purpose that we make sure that you are still with us, you're paying attention, and it will just be a little bit of message to all of us to see how you guys are doing. Okay. So the panel for today is me, Ms. Maliha, as a CEO of AIM Middle East. Ms. Kim, she is our level 5 teacher. She'll explain details during the time. We have Ms. Vera, also an AIM trainer. We have Ms. Sean, another AIM trainer. Kit, also she's an AIM student and Greenfield Community School teacher. We have another student, Joel, who's joined us today, and Hannah and Hande. Those are going to be the people that will talk about their own experiences of taking these courses with us. So I'm going to invite Ms. Maliha to come and start talking about what her company stands for, what are the solutions, the quality, and the talents she's seeking, what are the recommendations, the qualifications, and everything. So let me give a word to Ms. Maliha, the CEO of today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. I am absolutely, hi, Nehal. So good to see you.
Hi, Maliha. Me too.
Sorry, we'll keep doing this. Some past students, it's lovely. It's lovely to see, everyone here. And we have people from Turkey and from Algeria and from Philippines, Kuwait. We have some from Oman. It's just wonderful, wonderful. And of course, we have our lovely team from the UK and US as well. So thank you everyone for spending a little time with us. One of the things that—
And Pakistan as well, ma'am.
Yes, Pakistan as well. Welcome. So I am, Ilona, is there a slide which sort of talks about me, or no, we don't have that? Okay, if you can come back to the main slide with the panel, I'll start off from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I should have you.
We forgot that. For me, as the CEO of AIM Middle East, it's wonderful and heartening to see so many people from different parts of the world, because when we started this journey, it was really about raising the standards of early childhood education within the region which we define as where all of you are from. Myself, I'm from Pakistan. I've been in the Middle East for a very long time. I've lived in Bahrain, I've lived in UAE quite extensively. I am from Karachi, Pakistan. But what I do and what my team does makes it, gives us the reason to get up every morning. And to see all of you today is wonderfully heartening. So what do we believe as an organization when we are in the educational business? It's about transformational learning. And what we mean by that is that we want you to be able to practice all the theoretical concepts, and believe me, there is a lot of theory, and you'll hear some of our team members talking to you about the concepts and what early childhood education is all about. But transformational learning to us means that we're not just imparting knowledge, we're also giving you the ability and the skill set to take that knowledge into your classrooms. International standards, for us, extremely important that we are benchmarked to international best practice. We're concerned about your professional success, and we will stay, abreast with what you're doing throughout your career as much as you'd let us. Training excellence, you will see that when you hear, some of our trainers talking, and 21st century skills, because obviously the generation that we are working with, the children that we're working with, they are different. And we need, as teachers, as educators, we need to be able to work with them and to understand how to teach them and how their learning is different to the learning we were able to do when we were young. When we look at competency standards, all our programs meet the requirements of NAEYC, which is the National Association for the Education of Young Children. And this is an organization based in the US and sets standards for early childhood. And then we have the EYFS, which a lot of you may be familiar with, and that is a UK-based standard or framework. We work within the UAE, we work with KHDA, MOE, and ADIC. And as we're expanding in the region, we're also looking at working with a lot of the other regulators. We developed and worked with an academic team to develop programs that make sense for each and every one of you in your respective environments. So we looked at best international practice. For us, it's an, there's academic assessment for you. There is how you will be able to practice that in real life. And with our commitment to quality, we're very proud that we have achieved benchmarking with the UK government. And there's an organization by the name of UK NARIC, and they have benchmarked all our programs. So we're very proud of that. And it goes to our commitment to providing quality programs for all of you. Nextly, we believe in EduTech, and we have a system. We have a Moodle e-learning platform. We started off our programs on the e-learning platforms way back in 2016. That's when we had our first program, and there may be a couple of people here from that very first program. We believe in freeing up your time. So we don't want you to unnecessarily be toing and froing. We want you to work wherever you're working, and also have the flexibility to complete assignments, to get onto sessions at your own pace. We have various affiliations. So obviously NAEYC, Center on the Developing Child at Harvard University. They do a lot of research in this space. We work with Childcare Aware Awards, which is a US-based organization. The CCDMD is an organization based in Canada, which is a group of colleges and universities. We have Eastern Connecticut University, of course, KHDA, which is a very well-respected regulator in Dubai, but it's well-respected globally as well. And UK NARIC, as I mentioned earlier, which is the UK government benchmarking arm. So very, very proud to have that.
Aliha, that was a great intro as always. Thank you very much. So let's move on to section 1, which is the role of an early childhood educator. You probably might have some idea. You might already be working in an early childhood education institution. You might already have had a long career that you want to just expand and see what the other programs are to offer, or you might have absolutely no idea whatsoever. So in order to be fair to everybody, we're going to introduce a little bit about early childhood educator, what it means really. So we have a little bit of like a small touch up of what it really is. Now let's see, we're going to start with our first person on the panel, which is Sean.
Okay, thank you very much. Right, welcome everyone from a very cold and rainy Wales, which is in the United Kingdom, a long way from Dubai, but I started off here, I was born in Wales and educated in Wales. And then my husband moved to Saudi Arabia and I followed him in 1987, a long time ago, where we lived in Khobar in Saudi Arabia. And then we, after a few years, moved back to Wales. And then I had my daughter in 1995. And then we moved when she was 9 weeks old, I think. I took her to Qatar to live. So since then, we've lived in Qatar, we lived in Oman, we went back to Qatar. Then we went to Saudi Arabia again on the west coast of Saudi Arabia, north of Jeddah, in a little place called Yambu Al Sanaya, where I started my teaching in American school. And we were there for 7 years. And then we moved from there to Dubai, where we lived for 12 years. And I taught in James Wellington Primary School in Dubai. I don't know if you know it, off Sheikh Zayed Road. And I then went to work in several nurseries before I started work with AIM Middle East. I am now back in Wales and have been nearly 2 years. It's amazing how fast that goes. But that's my background. I have taught in American and British systems in the Middle East, and I've taught with all different nationalities. So I've got quite a good all-rounded experience of different places. I haven't taught in some places like Bahrain. However, I've visited Bahrain quite a few times, especially for training courses with the Reading Association. So I have a bit of experience from most of the Middle East. My husband was born in Kuwait, and he was also went to work in Yemen for some time. So for some reason, Welsh people go to the Middle East. Right, okay, now then, next slide, please. So I've always been interested in early childhood education. And what the AI curriculum does is that we look at best practices. So as I said, I've done the American system and I've done the British system. And we take the best of both worlds, really. So we give you the opportunity to look at and study best practices in all curriculums, such as the Australian one as well. Now, you've got to support each child's development. Each child is different. Each child learns at a different level. And so you have to turn around your teaching practices to reflect that. So you have to reflect on your principles and your practices every day. You have to broaden your thinking about early curriculum content and different teaching strategies. Endless courses will give you endless experience on how to deal with different situations in your classroom. Discovering specific ideas and strategies for interacting with children in key subject areas. So it gives you that background, that stable background on which to build every day of your teaching experience. Next one, please.
Sure.
Now, what do we know about early childhood education? We actually know from research that children learn from their experiences, and this process starts pre-birth, while they are still in the womb. And this is why you get people who play specific music to their child, to their tummy, basically, when they're in and they do meditation and calm things down, because they really believe that that affects the child, even though they are in the womb. They are still using their senses, their hearing and their feeling senses. They can learn from things. Critical in the early years is the adult guidance children receive. Now, this is where we come in. We are guiding these children for the rest of their lives. So we have to make sure we're doing the correct guidance. We have to give them a positive, caring, safe and nurturing environment to learn in every day. Now, what is child development? That's a good question. A child's growth is more than just physical, obviously. Children grow, develop and learn throughout their lives, starting at birth, or as we know, pre-birth. A child's development can be followed by how they play, learn, speak, and behave. We can give them the opportunities to develop these skills and this growth every day in school. We work as teachers in whatever curriculum you're looking at. You have developmental milestones. For those of you who don't know, a milestone is a word which denominates a next stage in the development of a specific journey through a developmental life. So a young child's developmental journey is measured by milestones. So it's when they achieve a skill or they achieve some sort of growth, then they go on to the next one. These are evident in how a child behaves, talks, responds, plays, and interacts with the environment. Developmental milestones assist parents and caregivers in assessing if a child's development is on track and helps a teacher by assessing the development on their planning. You plan your everyday, weekly, monthly planning should be all specific to the developmental milestones in the children in your classroom. Next. What does young child need? Well, they need everything really, don't they? They need the social skills. We need to help them develop their social skills, the interaction with the carers and caregivers, with the same age children, opportunity to play with others. They need to develop their emotional skills. So by giving them security, care, nurturing, love, and hope. That's a good one, hope. They need to develop their cognitive skills. So how we can do that is by reading to the children, building language skills, talking with a child, even if it's a baby, you keep on talking to them. They may not understand what you're saying, but they can hear the inflection in your voice and whether you're having a positive day or a negative day, even when they're too young to know. And playing with the child. The word play comes up very often in all AIM curriculums because it is the most important thing a child can do. Then there's physical needs. We obviously need to assess this, give them the physical needs. So by giving them food and clothing and keeping them clean, keeping the environment that they're in clean and safe, giving them proper shelter, protection, and again, that word play. Right, next.
Off and move on. So let me introduce you to Ms. Vera Wellman. She should be with us ready with her beautiful...
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, beautifully. You're all equipped.
Alrighty. So I am an early years teacher. I was born and raised in Guatemala and moved to the United States when I was 14. So I completed high school and university in Chicago. I am a Reggio trained teacher. Some of you might have heard about this method or approach. So my forte is integrating art into teaching or using authentic art and also play, okay? Because young children learn more effectively through play, as a lot of research has shown. I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood education from Columbia. This is in Chicago, Columbia College. I have an MA in teaching leadership. I'm also a certified Spanish or bilingual early years teacher. And recently I completed Master in Liberal Arts at Harvard University in Museum Studies because I am really interested in how art shapes learning in young children. So I have been in the UAE for over 10 years now. I've worked government schools with local children, private schools with expats. I've done tutoring. And for the past few years, I've been a trainer at IPC. So if we can get started, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about professionalism. At IPC, or AIM Middle East, we take professionalism we highly value it. Someone that has knowledge on planning and assessment, and someone that's actually capable, that's where competence comes in, of implementing all of the knowledge that we will share with you effectively in any setting that you're in to benefit the children that you're working with. So these are some of the things that you will become strong at when you participate in our programs or workshops. You will develop skills to truly understand child growth and development. You will understand how to design different types of environments with different influences. You know, not only Reggio, but Montessori, everything that we currently know that it's effective for children and it works. You will become effective at understanding and working with different curriculum. Okay, you will be flexible enough, and you will acquire the skills to take any curriculum and critically use what's useful and appropriate for young children. Develop good skills at lesson planning, and you will understand how to develop language, literacy, math skills, numeracy skills, while becoming a professional that's accountable for everything. You will also learn how to work with different families. All of us are in different parts of the world. And for most of us, our schools have children from different countries, different backgrounds, ethnicities. So also part of our training is helping you understand how to respect and how to celebrate diversity in your classroom, how to value different backgrounds, children with different intelligences. Okay, and when it comes to level 3, you will develop your teaching philosophy. So it's a statement that you will introduce to any new job you interview for, to explain to them what are the things you believe in and what are the things that managers can expect to see in your classrooms and parents can expect to see in your classroom as well. So as part of participating with us and being part of IPC, you will learn theory and philosophy. Okay, they're very important when you're becoming a teacher. They're the foundation. Even if you have been in the field, for many of us, you might have experience hands-on with children, but it's really important to understand methodology and the philosophy behind all the methods that are being utilized, to understand how children develop, how our brain works, because all that knowledge gives you the power to understand them better and just to become be an effective teacher. You would learn how to deal with different behaviors, different backgrounds, like I said, different intelligences. And you will become competent at creating an environment that is appropriate for young children, where they can play, they can be creative, they have opportunities to learn, to grow, where they're celebrated for who they are and for their skills, and where they are learning academic knowledge effectively too. So next, please. And these are some of the skills I just mentioned. You will learn what we call developmentally appropriate practice. So it means, okay, do you teach 3-year-olds using worksheets, sitting on desks, or do you teach them through play, through hands-on activities? So you will know the difference, what is appropriate according to each stage of development, according to the child's age. Okay, you will understand the role of curriculum. You will be able to use it and manipulate it. You will learn how to plan and implement lessons and do your assessment, which is big part of becoming a teacher, and it's a very important section of teacher training for us in IPC. It's just understanding how to observe children, how to evaluate them, how to create appropriate reports for young children, okay, that are not only grades and report cards the way they used to be, but that actually picture or paint a whole picture of the child and his or her abilities and skills. And along with professionalism, you'll have the opportunity to discuss in a community why positive relationships are important as a teacher, why you are a role model, and why you need to be an accountable person, and you will understand how to work and understand different legislation or public policy that might affect the schools or the settings where you're teaching at, depending on the country that you're in. Okay. So one of the things, when you complete one of our levels or any of our workshops, we do encourage people to continue professional development. It's something that we do with our students. We use a form. I don't know if you can go to the next slide. It's not there yet. Thank you. And it's just part of learning how to become, just part of becoming an accountable professional. Is just to continuously think about your strengths. I'm sure a lot of you have experience or have been working or have worked in early childhood settings. But we in IPC, we hope that anybody that comes through the program sees themselves as a, like I said, lifelong learner, that you never know everything. None of us do. And then you continuously look at goals and ways you can improve yourself as a teacher, not only through us, but just different ways to grow professionally. Can you go back one slide, please? And we will train you and help you set your own professional goals while becoming a qualified and competent professional that has deep understanding and knowledge of child development and early childhood practices and or administration, depending on what you're looking at. I will talk to you later on about level 3, which is the qualification that allows you to become a classroom teacher. And I think now we're just going to hear a bit more about administration. Or
Yes.
qualification, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Vera. That's fantastic. Again, beautiful introduction from your side. Let me continue to our section 3, which is IPC Early Childhood Qualifications. Practically, we're going to go to details about all what we offer. And we're again going to have a host speaker with us who are going to take their role to explain it to details. So these are not only teachers, but they could be also previous students or professionals, directors of schools, but they will introduce themselves like we just done with Vera and Sean. So let me move on to IPC qualification programs. They comply with, like Maliha already mentioned, early years competency requirements. And they enable practices successfully within all the range of be qualified teachers in nurseries. In other countries, they're called kindergartens, preschools, also schools in some countries that do have that section of the early years programs. In British, American, and other international areas of teaching. So our level 1 on IPC is what we call ECC Caregiver Certificate, and I will explain why. So this is my introduction here. So I am actually from Czech Republic, from Prague, born and raised, but at the age of 18 I've left and started my career in Canada, where I also obtained university degree, as well as here in the Middle East, and that was with Miss Aliha, specifically for IPC level 5, which is the highest level you can achieve. I have practiced as a teacher for over 20 years, but I started the other way around. I started with adults teaching and worked myself all the way down to nursery. And that was experience with even the youngest children, which was 6 months. So I've really done the whole range of teaching experience. Was absolutely fantastic part of my life. We still haven't corrected the 15, it's growing day by day. And I'm currently working also with a Middle East, with Miss Maliha, on some programs, developing some short programs or helping her with level 1. And that's why I will introduce you to this part. So this course, which is our level 1, is recommended for assistants, support staff, or anyone who would like to work with the young children. This program is probably one of the shorter programs we have, but it will allow you to have more than 100 hours of experience. For those that require certain amounts in those countries, certain amount of hours to be accumulated to successfully complete a qualification. So it all complies with most of the international standards. It is absolutely fantastic programs that we have taken also to an online program. It lasts over 8 weeks, but as Ms. Maliha mentioned, the flexibility is massive. And so we've taken in consideration that most of you are working. And so we run them mainly on the weekends. So practically mostly on Saturdays. And so you will have the whole week to study the cohort or the module, and then you will work on your assignments, which I will explain in a little bit. So participants to start this course should be over 18 years of age minimum, and they should complete 12 years of education, which is your basic education with middle school. You should be somewhat proficient in English, have a good understanding level. If there is a plus minus little bit of, lacking of a little bit of that level, there's always chance that some of your other colleagues can help you once you're in a group with someone. I've had that happen, but that was on one-on-one. Now in the online level, you're pretty much on your own, but still we're going to try to work as a group as much as we can. So this program has a couple of modules. As you can see, it's not just a weekend program and you will grab your certificate and you think you're free to go. We take it very, very seriously, and that's why we are certified by international standards, like Ms. Maliha mentioned, and Vera as well. So the modules comprise of understanding child's growth and development to details that are necessary for the level of assistance, let's say, or supported staff. Supporting children's learning, which includes, let's say, learners that are visual or kinesthetic or other types of learners if you learn in a group or as an individual and so forth. You're also going to be proficient in the standards of health and hygiene that are very important for most of the nurseries and kindergartens and should be standardized in most of the countries. Again, like Ms. Vera mentioned, there is important part in the professionalism, the way we behave, the way we present ourselves, the way we work. Environmental health and safety is also a very important part, and professional development, already mentioned also by Ms. Vera. So participants must be working or volunteering in an early years environment already. So you're either with a school, nursery, preschool, or supporting staff. And you will have your leader who is going to be supervising you with your assignments. Those come in a form of a sheet that will be sent to you. You will have to print those, fill them out, and have them signed by your leader or your teacher or a director or a manager practically, and they will see that you really worked on your assignments individually and so forth, because you will be graded. You need to accumulate minimum of 60% of grades to be able to pass the course over the 5 modules. The 6th module is pretty much just to work on your professional development. So the assessments developed for this qualification reflect on the relevance of the module topic. So we will be talking just like we are in the webinar. We're going to create these groups on Saturdays and work over a couple of hours on 8 Saturdays. They're going to be linked to modules learning outcomes. There are going to be clear assessment criteria. Everything will be clearly written to you and explained. And we will work on the strength opportunities for the higher achieving students. And obviously, like everybody has mentioned already in the group, we are monitoring your progress. If you need any help, you're going to be clearly helped from whoever the supporting staff is going to be assigned for that cohort. And if for whatever reason you would always need an extra help, we're there for you for sure. Okay, that's what the nice part is. This is an example of what you will achieve. And for level 2, we're going to have Sean to introduce level 2. Hello, Sean, back to you.
Hello. Right.
Hello, do we? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Perfect. Back to you, Sean.
Right.
Level 2, perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Great. Okay. Great. Right. Thank you. Right. So we're on to level 2 already. Now then. The level 2 is basically recommended for those who wish to start a teaching career in an earlier setting, or they already maybe start work as a teacher's assistant or a learning support assistant in an earlier setting, in a nursery or a primary school. They don't have any teaching qualifications, but they'd like to know a little bit more about it so that they can then go on, if they wish, to do the level 3, which is the teacher certificate. This is basically a training program that qualifies participants to work with children from birth to 6 years of age. And it gives you a little bit of extra knowledge so that you can then go to work with 8 years children if need be. The knowledge, skills and practical exposure acquired through this program equips participants to become successful early childhood educators with greater job mobility and wider career options to work across curricula in early childhood environments in schools and nurseries. Again, participants need to be over 18 years of age and need to have at least 12 years education and should be proficient in reading and writing the English language. On a personal basis, as a teacher, to have a TA or an LSA in your classroom who has a level 2 course, who has knowledge, basic, solid knowledge of early childhood education is invaluable, absolutely invaluable as a teacher, because you can trust that person to understand why you're doing the planning the way you are, why you have activities the way what you do, what benefits that the activities have on the children. So it's a very solid, important level for everyone to achieve. There are 7 modules of learning, and it'll go over 6 months. That is how long the course is. Now, it gives you, the first module is a very introduction module. It gives you a basis of the different forms of early childhood education. As Vera said, she did Reggio Emilia, and it covers Montessori, it covers all sorts of different forms of early childhood philosophies. And then that links into what you actually do in your classroom. It gives you a very basic, very solid basis for understanding the learning, the developing child, the milestones that I spoke about earlier. They will go through the milestones for each year, each age of the children that you're looking at, again from birth to 8 years of age. So you have this huge understanding of what the children, what skills they're supposed to be acquiring at the age they are at the moment. Then you go into the care of children, how we can give them the most access to safe, nurturing environments. How can we give those to the children in our care? Then we go into professionalism, which again has been covered before. How we promote ourselves as being professionals, and this too is a ongoing learning thing, and it will help you in any profession that you actually do in your life. Then we do the developmental needs of the children. We emphasize on level 2 that every child is an individual learner. They're all different. They all learn different ways. As Vera mentioned before, you have different types of learners. You have learners who listen, auditory, who can see, visual, and kinesthetic, where they do things with their hands. We will introduce this in level 2, and you become to understand that every child has a different way of learning. We too have different ways of learning. Then we go on to workplace and family dynamics, and how we can, in our little classroom, coordinate with people in other classrooms, in the environment, in the community we live in, with the parents, with the grandparents, with the caregivers, how that's important to the development and the education of the children in our care. Then we go on to environmental health and safety, which obviously in this time of COVID is extremely important. And if you are a TA or an LSA in your classroom or a teacher, you have to put this as a priority at the moment. So we give you lots of information about how this is can be done in the setting that you're actually in at the moment. Okay, next slide, please. Now, there are a set of assignments for each module, and they are the same amount of assignments. There is a PowerPoint that is sent to you. Everything is online and has been since we started. So we introduce the first module. We give you a PowerPoint to look at, and we give you several videos to watch, and we give you extra reading. And then we give you five assignments that you need to do within the period of probably 2.5 to 3 weeks. So the first one is an assessment quiz, which is, it just gives you a chance to show your knowledge, the depth of knowledge that you've gained from reading the portfolio and watching, reading the presentation and watching the videos. Then we have reflection questions where they're actually asking you to write down in a small paragraph what you have learned from that study too. Then we have application assignment, which is where you're going to demonstrate the knowledge that you've gained through theory into practice. So you will then think of 10 activities to do with that module subject, and you will those activities will be directly related to that module and the assignment that is given to you. Then we have the action steps assignment, which is a more detailed focus, and that will be also related to the module subject, and it will give you the chance to show what you have gained, what the in-depth knowledge that you have gained. And the last one for the assignments is the observation assignment. Each observation assignment for the 7 modules are actually all different, and it will introduce you to how to write an observation on a child or a group of children or the teacher, or how the children integrated in the environment. So this is introduction to observation. For me, if a TA or an LSA can do a good observation, it is invaluable again as a teacher, because that information can be directly given to the teacher and linked to the planning that they need to do in the previous sessions. At the same time, the students are expected to create a portfolio of their learning. And it is evidence of how the theory that they have learned, they is now put into practice. So, for instance, the first module will be giving you the background, and then your application assignment, which asks you for 10 ideas to do with that module subject. You will take one of those activities that you thought of, and you will do it in a practical way in a classroom situation. You will then record how that came about and produce a sheet with a photo, hopefully, of how that activity went and if there was any analysis of it. the final analysis. Over the period of the 6 months, you will then accumulate 7 sheets for your portfolio, which are then is your final portfolio assignment and is graded. But then you can also take that as evidence of your learning to prospective employer and say, look, you know, I've done a 6-month course. Here's the evidence of what I've been doing in my classroom relating to it. So it's a brilliant way of finalizing how you have come to learn the different modules. Then you have your supervisor feedback. Because we are doing on everything online, obviously you have to have a supervisor. Now, you're either working in an early years setting or you're volunteering in an early years setting. So you have to volunteer for so many hours during those 6 months. And you will need supervisor feedback on how you have interacted with the classroom and how you have managed to do your assignments and the activities in the learning portfolio. Right, next page, please. And this again is an example of the certificate that you will receive at the end of your course.
Now we're going to move to level 3, Early Childhood Education Theory and Application, which is designed for the teachers. And we're going to have Vera, who will come back to us and will introduce level 3, as she promised earlier. Back to you.
Okay, so level 3, you will be seeing some of the things mentioned in level 2. However, we go into more depth of methodology and philosophy, and also you will have the responsibility and the opportunity to put more things into action into your own classroom or in the classroom where you're working or volunteering. Level 3 program qualifies the participants as early childhood educators. So you will be actually qualified as a classroom teacher. And you can be the classroom teacher in a classroom ranging from newborns to 6 years of age. You will have extended knowledge for children up to 8 years of age. Early childhood usually encompasses children from birth to 8 years of age. The program is designed to enhance your knowledge, your skills, and your experiences, okay, that are absolutely critical for you to be able to provide children and families with high quality early childhood education. Obtaining a level 3 level certification offers greater job mobility, more career opportunities, and it will allow you to become more flexible, be able to work in different settings, work environments, different types of schools, and with a range of different age children. The course lasts for about 9 months. There's 9 modules. We see 1 module per month. There's 1 or 2 virtual meetings on a monthly basis. And there's a set of assignments that are due on a monthly basis. It does require investment of time, okay, into reading and writing. Participants should have college level education. I know there are exceptions depending on the experiences that you have had, but it's seen on a one-to-one basis. Your participants should be proficient in English. You are expected to read a lot of materials on a monthly basis and also compose essays. You should be employed in an early year settings or volunteering because you need hands-on experience. And you need a place to actually apply everything that you're learning for you to be able to demonstrate that everything that we're seeing, all the content, the knowledge that you're experiencing, it's actually making sense and you're able to apply it effectively in a classroom in a professional manner. And preferably you should have completed your IPC level 2 program because we do see a lot of theory, but some of the basics are seen in, I wouldn't cover them in our level 3, and they are seeing level 2. Can we go to the next one, please? So these are the 9 modules, very similar, but as I said, everything is seen in more depth, and some of the modules, again, child growth and development. In level 3, we actually look at designing early childhood environments. Okay, so you'll be able to design to a classroom in any setting that's effective and that's appropriate for any age group from the ones that we mentioned. You will learn how to work with different curriculum, different types of planning. You will learn principles of assessment, documentation, observation, which are all requirements for a classroom teacher or a lead teacher. We will have a module on ethics and professionalism. We will have a module, we will also see family engagement. So you'll have an opportunity to discuss and learn in depth how to work with different families, different cultural backgrounds, children that speak different languages. You'll learn different strategies. We'll discuss health and safety, of course, and at the end of the course, you will write your teaching philosophy, which is a document that you can take to any job interview that will describe what are the things that you value in a classroom and what are your strengths and what you can bring to a school environment. Can we go to the next one, please? All of these assignments were described previously. For level 2, we have very similar assignments. There, you are required to demonstrate deep knowledge of all of these different topics, okay? And so the writing is more extensive. There's always a quiz for every module. There's reflection questions. There's a journal entry. That's a personal reflection on yourself. Like I said, part of being professional is reflecting on your own feelings and your own growth. And then you'll have multiple papers where you actually have to express in detail how you're intending to implement new knowledge in your classroom. And then at the end of it, teaching philosophy, and there will be an observed exam, which pre-COVID required us to go and visit and observe you in your classroom while you are teaching and see the documentation you're keeping, how you're developing portfolios for children. Now, internationally and post-COVID, some of it, well, the observed exam has become an evaluation. Okay, so it's more of an exam, and then we just take feedback from supervisors or people that are working close with you. Next, please. You will receive a diploma that states that you have been trained in the IPC curriculum, and it specifies all of the different modules and the topics that you've studied in depth. And with level 3, you also receive a certificate issued by the Ministry of Education in Dubai that states that you are a certified teacher and you are able to take a position as a lead teacher in a classroom. Okay, so it is more intense because you are giving, with this diploma, you are able to take the responsibility of leading a classroom on your own. So that's it for level 3.
So we're gonna have a couple of students that will speak to us. One of them is Miss Kit Berry. So hello, Miss Kit. Do we hear each other?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we do hear you.
Thank you.
So go ahead and talk about your experience if you would like to. The word is yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm very proud to be part of this talk today. So I began my teaching career as volunteering as a teaching assistant, and immediately, once I was in the environment, set myself a personal goal to educate myself on how to be more effective as an early years educator. I wanted to increase my knowledge and skills, especially as I realized this huge responsibility that you have in educating a child. besides the fact that I was really interested and enthusiastic about learning more information. That's when I found Maliha and her team, and I found AIM International Training and the International Preschool Certificate. I wanted to learn best practice in early years and not be bound by a particular curriculum framework. So that's what attracted me to AIM Middle East, and getting advice from Maliha on what training and education you needed in this environment. I completed the level 2 course and learned very valuable skills such as what is child development, the different theories of learning, how to set up a classroom. As Sian said, that trying to be the best teaching assistant that I could be for the teacher that I was working with, health and safety, all those skills and knowledge I learned on that level 2 certificate I used in the classroom. I then went on to complete the level 3 certificate, teaching certificate, because once you start this teaching journey, you realize that there is so much to learn, and that you can never stop learning, and that you have to keep yourself relevant. You also have to keep yourself updated, and you also need to keep your teaching fresh. And so this teaching learning continues forever. Professionally, I wanted to further develop my teaching skills, and that's where the level 3 certificate came into being for me. And the certificate is very challenging. You have to complete the modules, and as Vera said, you have to be really diligent in terms of completing your tasks and practicing the skills that you're learning. My trainer was Honey, and what I loved most about the course is that you, with your trainer and the students that you are on the course with, you each bring your own knowledge and experience to the training and to your learning, and you learn so much from each other. Everything I have learned on the course, I've used daily in the classroom. Those skills that you develop and that you gain knowledge on are invaluable when you teach in the classroom, whether it's be understanding how a child develops or learns, whether it be observation skills, or how to meet or exceed a child's educational needs, whatever the case may be. Those skills that you learn on on the level 2 and the level 3 certification are used and are effective for everyday use in your classroom. I will continue on this learning journey, and I'm so grateful for all the knowledge and skills that I've acquired through AIM Middle East and through the International Preschool Certificate. And like Vera and Sian have mentioned, it's KHDA approved, which is invaluable for us as teachers. And the certification has made me a more effective early years educator. So thank you very much.
Well done, Kate. And we wish you good luck with all your professional progress. You seem to be very much on track. So good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
Sorry. Okay, so let's move to Joel Halabi. Hello, Joel. Do we hear each other?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me? Hi.
Great, perfect. Nice.
Hello from France. Hi, Miss Vera, Maliha, Mishan. I miss you all, actually. I was
nice to see you again.
Me too. Thank you so much. So Mishan was my observer, actually. I have to be afraid from her, but I haven't. Miss Vera was my trainer, and Miss Maliha was the main guide for me to get my IPC certificate and to continue forward as well. I didn't continue with the level 5 because I was moving forward to France, but hopefully I will continue once I finish my master in education that I'm pursuing now. for AIM and for IPC, what I learned, I will add on Kit. I think Ms. Kit, she did. She said about everything what we learn through IPC, but I will go through more details about it. I was a preschool teacher in EYFS nursery, and I was doing as well in the same time my IPC certificate, my IPC learning. Through this time, I found lots of major difference between EYFS and IPC in a positive way. I set up all my classroom, several learning areas that I didn't see in EYFS and in other curriculum as well. I set up my classroom as IPC. I set up as well my outdoor areas in my nursery. And I got also some award about it at the end of the year, and it was EYFS nursery, and I was doing my IPC. So this is a huge difference that you can see whenever you do your level 3. Speaking about the level 3, whenever you pursue this certificate and this learning level 3, you will gain lots of experience, not about the areas, not about only the classroom, not about only the outdoor and the curriculum. Specifically, you will learn about the children, how to be more flexible, how to differentiate your activities throughout all your children. Even though Ms. Vera was really my amazing and fabulous trainer. She taught us about for example, a small example, that a child can scribble on the paper. So whenever you see a child scribble on the paper, this is a real drawing. This is a phase of drawing phase. So we didn't know about it. We knew about it throughout our training. I'm a little bit nervous, so you are so many. So.
You're doing great.
So, even I set up my potty training in the nursery. So the potty training, you will be more specialized to know about each child needs. So this is the IPC, not only about the classroom, how to be a flexible teacher, how to be happy and motivated teacher, about each child. And Ms. Vera also has opened our eye about how to be a social worker as well, to deal with the parents and to deal with a special educated child, how to observe him by details. So really, I learned a lot. And I will tell you as well about the teaching philosophy. This is my main important in this curriculum that I learned. I forward it in every job interview that I want, and you will get the jobs like directly. This is your teaching philosophy. It talks about you. This is like a cover letter. But it talks more about you, about your what are your practical skills that you will develop throughout your learning practices in any job that you are applying. So this is IPC. I really encourage every one of you to go for it, and I'm really happy and honored to be here, Miss Maliha, today.
Thank you.
Again, after I won, she gave me the positive certificate, and I was really proud to have it. Miss Sean, thank you so much for having me as well, Miss Vera and Miss Ilona as well.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Thank you, Joelle. Thank you, Joelle. Thank you, Kit. You all have been exceptional students.
Yeah.
Yes, Joelle got, I think at our annual event, she got the Miss Positive. It's always wonderful to be in her, in her space. She's always so great and wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you very much, Maliha. Thank you, all these positive people on the line. As you can see, we're very genuine in here. Nothing is pre-prepared. It's just people being happy. Got into this webinar by invitation, and they accepted. And look at that. It's just beautiful to hear everybody's experiences. So to the last qualification, it is the IPC Leadership and Management in Early Childhood Settings. I think we have Miss Maliha to talk about it a little bit more. So, oh, Kim.
Yeah.
Hello, Kim.
Kim is here.
Yeah, you too,
Yes.
and Kim and everybody. Hi, Kim.
Hello, everybody. Okay, I will be brief because we're running low on time and we're at the end here, but there were people in the beginning that were interested in the leadership program. So let me talk briefly about it. There's myself, and I think it'll show Kathleen on the next slide. We are two of the instructors right now for the leadership program. I have over 25 years experience, and I have been in everything you could be in early childhood. So I have been a parent with children in early childhood. I have been a teaching assistant, a teacher. I have been a manager of early childhood centers, and the centers I ran were all NAEYC certified. So I'm, well versed in the certifications for that standard, which we follow in the leadership program. And I have been a teacher trainer, and I've worked around the world in several countries. So that's a little bit on me. Let's go on with the program though.
And God bless you, Kim, because it's very early in the morning. Kim is joining us from the US.
Yeah, I'm in the US, and the sun is not even out yet. So our leadership program is a year long. It's a year-long commitment for those who are thinking of taking the course. And it is for people who have already, equivalent of a level 3. You have some education, you're trained in early childhood, you have experience in the field, and you're ready to go on to that leadership level. Yeah. These are the modules in the program. The program itself is very comprehensive, especially compared to other leadership programs, anything I've seen out there. This one is, I would say, by far the most comprehensive. So it covers all the theoretical things that we spoke about already in level 2 and 3, moving up with, childhood environments and child development and curriculum, etc. But then it goes into all of the management and leadership aspects. So, educational programming, human resources, managing everybody, marketing, business plans, operational excellence. So it's a very thorough program, and there are some of us in here today have taken the leadership program, and so I think they can speak about how it's benefited them and how thorough it was. So I'll go on.
Oh, thank you, Kim, as usual. Very professional. Thank you a lot. I'm just going to mention one more thing, that the passing grades, right, Kim, are a little bit higher
Yes.
than 3.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so because it's leadership now, the standard goes up. All of our programs are very professional, and the standard rises. So in the leadership program, it is 75% is the passing score for everything like that.
That's right.
Yes, and then as far as the assignments go, there is that theoretical piece. So there are some, we present a lot of theory, and there's some research papers, but there's also, it goes hand in hand with a very practical piece. So we do expect that the people in the leadership program are working in early childhood centers or schools or situations where they have access to these things, because we have what's called a RAP assignment. And it's a very practical, where you will learn something and then you will reflect, analyze, and make a plan for utilizing that at your centers in a practical way. So you're really going to grow. If you're already in a leadership role, you can grow as a leader. And if you're seeking out a leadership role, you can grow as a leader. But the RAP assignments they do take time. So you have to make that commitment to the course, but it's a very practical, hands-on experience.
Very good. Yeah, that's true. I'm the student here also, that I can definitely reply to it. So this is the certification. Yes, Kim?
Yeah, this is our level 5 certification.
Yes, we do have a student speak. So Miss Hannah with us. Hello, Hannah. Do we hear each other, Hannah? Okay, let's move on to Hande, and perhaps we'll get back to Hannah a little bit later. Hello, Hande.
Hello, hi, Yana. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Hannah.
Sorry.
Where's you? What was your experience?
It's really nice to see, first of all. I was not expecting that much crowded, and when Miss Maya asked me to be here, I was really proud, and I was really excited to talk with you guys, because I was really happy to, I mean, like Ms. Maliha was always really helpful during this journey for all of us. She was not like a CEO of AIM Middle East. She was at the same time a big team member, and she was always there when we need her. I just want to talk about myself, and I want to introduce myself to you. I'm Hande Mejit, and I'm from Turkey, and I'm an old student in AIM Middle East. I have completed my level 5 there in 2019. I had experience in some international nurseries and schools since 2012, both in the US and UAE. In 2018, I was working in Abu Dhabi in a nursery, in a British IFS curriculum nursery, and I have decided to get a late leadership and management program to boost my career and also to learn more things about early childhood education. Finally, I found Middle East because they were really helpful to me explain about level 5 program, and I was thinking to know about in early years education in 3 different curriculums would be a big advantage to explore early childhood education work from all aspects. And my instructor was lovely Miss Kim. She's really lovely teacher. I'm so happy to see her here today from US as well. When I completed the program in 2019, I had also lots of friends there, not only Miss Kim and Miss Mania. I had lots of nursery manager and nursery teachers, and we were still talking, and we are still friends, and we are sharing our experience and also all the issues and all the nice things together, because we know sharing is always caring, especially in early childhood education. Once again, I want to say that I started that journey, that training course to be qualified nursery manager. But when I completed that course, I was not only a nursery manager, but also early years education leader. I feel like that. I say that, okay, I'm ready to be a leader, to support the nursery team and to work with parents in partnership, because we know that this is the best way to help for children to reach their full potential. And it's really worked actually when I get my job in Raffles International. And now I'm a freelancer early years educator. I'm living in Maldives with my husband for his new project. And I practice every day what I learned from that journey. I just want to say thank you again for all of you.
Hannah, are you with us now?
Yes, I'm with you. How are you, Miss Malia?
Good, Hannah. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm so happy to hear that Miss Kim is amongst us. It's my honor to be part of this webinar training. I really recommend everyone to take, if you have the opportunity to be a manager or you want to be a manager, I would recommend IPC level 5. First of all, I need to introduce myself. I'm Hannah. I'm Zimbabwean. I came here about 5 years ago. This is my 6th year here in Dubai. In Zimbabwe, I trained as a teacher, early years teacher. We also use early childhood development education. So when I came here, it was a totally scenario. It's all about EYFS. But when I spoke to Miss Malia, she guided me through that, Hannah. This is a KHDA certified leadership and management program you can join, because I was working as a manager here in Dubai since then. So she guided me through. Thank you so much, Miss Malia. You made me to trust myself and also see from my slide, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. For sure, to be honest, to tell you, when I started my level 5, I had no clue exactly where I was going. But when we started, like, I still remember my first day, I was like, am I going to sail through? Am I going to do this? But because of Miss Kim, because of Miss Malia, they came, they supported us in any way. I remember one last time I went for my vacation and I had an assignment. And you know, because you didn't finish your assignment, something will be just nagging behind your mind. You have to finish. And I was communicating with them, Miss, I cannot finish my assignment. I'm on vacation. And to be honest, they supported me through. I finished my program. And when I do a reflection on the modules which we did 13 modules with IPC. And to be honest with you, the modules, they mold you in all the areas. You know, some frameworks, they just teach you, or maybe to put more focus on child development. When it comes to IPC, it is an all-sided program. It touches about management. It touches about you as a leader. It touches about how you are going to run the nursery. It touches about how you are going to evaluate if your nursery is making some profit or losses. So it's one size fits all. The program, it fits everywhere. You can apply it everywhere. So this is the amazing part of this program, that you can apply it everywhere, and it guides you. When you face a challenge, you reflect back to your notes, and you understand, okay, we did this, so I can let me go to my, I'm facing this challenge, let me go back to my notes. You research, because you have everything with you. So I would like to thank you so much. I am now an honest person. I am now someone who inspire others. You know, the word as it stands, like leadership and management, those two words are very vital when you want to be a good person, when you want to run a nation. So yes, you can have good leadership styles, but you also need to be a good manager. So those things blended together, you'll be an excellent leader, you'll be an excellent manager. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thank you. You can have good leadership styles, but you also need to be a good manager. So those things blended together, you'll be an excellent leader, you'll be an excellent manager. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. You know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful to get some feedback, but I think it's also good to have you all talk and to give your understanding about the programs. Ilona, are we near the end now? Can we open up for questions?
Yes, let's go. And we have last poll.
Can we skip the poll?
Yeah, sure. Let's go around to questions and answers.
Okay, before we go into the question and answers, I would like to say hello to Shule. Shule, would you like to put on your camera and your mic? Shule is our partner in Turkey.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, Shule. How are you?
Fine. You?
Good. I hope your team and everyone from Turkey is enjoying the session. Thank you, for all of you for attending.
Yes, we're definitely open for questions. I had previously somebody asking about the prices. I think a lot of questions came from that side. So let's go back to the very beginning. They're looking into, somebody's asking, is it possible to record the meeting, Nihat?
We are recording. We don't necessarily share, but if someone has a specific requirement, they can respond via email. We will send you a follow-up email sometime tomorrow requesting, and if you have any requests, please let us know via email.
Yeah, Robeline doesn't have a question, but she said she's a licensed teacher and behavior analyst therapist here in Dubai. If you have any questions, Robeline required any other qualifications, go ahead and Ms. Maliha will probably say the same thing. Get in touch with us. We've got Joanne. Can you choose more than one? Also leadership I'm interested in. So she was also interested about leadership. Perhaps she's a teacher already. So that's from Joanne Sunli.
Okay.
So again, get in touch with us if you would like to, for sure, through email, through messaging system, through direct call. Then
I think if anyone has a question, they can open their mic, they can open their camera. We'd be happy to anyone, and you can ask anyone from the panel to answer you. So please feel free.
Yes, you just open your camera so we don't allow.
Hello?
Yes.
First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt thanks and appreciation for this Zoom meeting. And my question is, what is the edge or advantage of IPC over the over the any other early years childhood education? What is the edge or advantage of this IPC over any other? That is my question.
Ilona, you want me to take that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So Edna, thank you for your question. With the IPC, a couple of things. One, it's not specific to a particular curriculum. So we're providing you with best practice. And it's very important when you're living in actually anywhere now in the world. Every early childhood establishment or center is a melting pot of cultures, dialects, nationalities, curriculum. You need to be able to deal wherever you go in the world now. You need to be able to know how to deal not just with being curriculum specific, but you should know what best practice is all about. The programs are very contemporary. They've been written recently, and we keep upgrading the programs every year, 2 years, and there's a lot of research-based information in there. Okay. Kim, would you like to add anything to what I've said?
Yeah, I think it's just more, in comparison, if you look at different programs, and I've seen many in my career, it's more thorough and comprehensive. It's more global. It's not just, one specific curriculum or one specific philosophy. We really try to prepare you for, like what Maliha was saying, variety of child and family groups, variety of situations, understanding all the different curricula that are out there. So it's just broad and comprehensive, if that's what you're looking for. Can I say one thing to Shazia? Is Shazia still with us? Because
yes, ma'am. Shazia Amreen from Pakistan. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity to join you all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to join you all and to listen you directly and to know about this course, because I have been following you since last year, and despite doing a lot of trying to join you in a course, I couldn't join you due to some financial reason, But now I'm more interested in leadership and management, and it is my request that kindly add up more content regarding the curriculum development into the leadership certification, because here in Pakistan it is the area which is lagging behind in many organizations in related to education system. So the curriculum which is used over here, it is a little bit, you can say, backward. If not backward, then I must say that we need to improve that area. So it would be my requirement in the future. If I would join any institution after doing this course, it may be my requirement. So I just want to request you that kindly, if it is possible, then add up a little more content in curriculum development. Thank you.
I think Kim would agree to answer this to you or explain it, that there is a lot of curriculum development part in the IPC level 5. Actually, it's quite important to actually know a lot about it as the director or leader in the early years education. But Kim, go ahead, because it's your you're the teacher here.
Yeah, so one of our modules is on educational programming and doing that, so Imat, you are the leader, you're running a program, developing that whole educational program, which includes your curriculum development, your theoretical approach, your pedagogy. It's all part of our leadership program. So it's looking at different curricula, different best practices, and being able to, pick and choose and marry and have the best practices for your program in your area.
Thank you very much.
Opportunity there.
Me as a student of this course, I can agree no more than what Ms. Kim says. She was my teacher as well. It is quite profound. It's very important that we learn that step by step of developing this program, understanding every bit of curriculum steps, and important to, if you have to take over, let's say, a nursery that already has established curriculum, that you actually know how to follow, change, modify, adjust, or perhaps even change completely. So it was very, very nice. Any other questions from Shazia?
Miss Ilona, another additional question. Miss Ilona?
Sure.
I just want to emphasize here because one of my friends or one of my colleagues from other branch in Barney Home Nursery before asked me for some help because she was studying early years foundation. I don't know what school is that or center was that. She was asking me because lots of research from that center, and I was trying to help her in searching in over the internet of some lots of loads. Besides, we have also, because I am a teacher also in one branch, and that's why I'm trying to emphasize here. My question is, this center, the IPC, are you going to give us a module, or like, for example, if I will enroll in the future, so are you going to give us a module, or we have also do some research, or we're just trying to answer the questions or after the lessons? And because the ADIC curriculum for now, the ADIC situation is more on a lesson planning. So I've done a lot of lesson planning almost every day because of the 7 areas of EYFS. So we have lots of loads. So if I am trying to, like, for example, I will enroll here, it adds up more burden on my head, like for that. So I want to know what is the way how it deals with the module or whatever. Can you explain for that?
Okay. May I just ask you, Edna, what level you're interested in? Is it 2 or 3?
The three, level 3. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just answer that. Edna, the other program that you're talking about versus we are module specific. We run by modules, and all the material will be provided to you. We do expect you, especially in the level 3 and the level 5, to do some additional research. But we will provide you with additional places to go to. All right. So we will provide you with links. We will provide you, but you will get just like, it might just be like a chapter for each module. So you will get the material that you're required to study.
Okay.
So we are an academic-based program. So you will get the information that you're needed to review, with additional information as well in terms of where you can search. I hope that helps.
Okay, some of the website you are giving.
And you are welcome, yes. And you are welcome to call separately on our numbers, which are provided in the email, and have a one-to-one conversation so that we can handle your questions better.
Okay, now I want to know the prices. Okay. The prices.
We will send you, if you're interested in level 3, for everyone, please just mention the level that you're interested in. You can mention it in your chat. If you'd like further information on any of the programs, just mention it in the chat. Okay? And we will follow up with the program information and the pricing, because we have people coming in from different parts of the world, and the pricing, obviously, for those in UAE, it will be in UAE dirhams. For others, it will be mentioned in another price. So please do specify in the chat if there's a particular program you're interested in. All right. There was somebody else who put up their hand.
Yes.
Hello, Ms. Maliha.
Robelin, I think you had put up your hand.
And Nihad as well, you had a question?
Yeah, I think
No, actually,
Robelin was waiting for some time.
Yes, Robelin.
Yeah, actually, once again, good evening to everyone. Okay, I don't have any question. Okay, I'm very satisfied and I'm very glad to hear from all the, what you call this one, the mentors and all the staff of the IPCA Middle East. Okay, I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, and I actually I was waiting for the question that about the fees.
Okay. Robin,
Yeah.
where are you based?
Courses.
Where are you based?
I'm here in Dubai. Basically, I'm in Dubai, but I'm from Philippines. But
Okay.
I'm here in Dubai right now.
All right. So as mentioned, if you can just in the chat group mention your city and the level of program that you're interested in, we will send you all the information via email.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Miss Maliha.
Hi, Nihad.
Yeah.
First of all, hi everybody. Thank you for having me, Miss Maliha. I'm so excited about it and happy about it. Thank you so much. I have to mention that Miss Maliha was just wonderful throughout all this the training. And as she knows, I had like special conditions where I had to leave UAE without completing my observation exam. And once I had the chance to go back to UAE, Miss Maliha was there for me. She did everything she can so I can complete my observation exam, which I did, and she was the one observing me. Thank you so much, Miss Maliha. Actually, about the question, I did the level 3, okay? But as I can see now, the level 3 has like a 9th module, which is teaching philosophy,
yes,
which I didn't do.
Yes.
I was wondering if I can at least complete that one or have an idea, or I don't know, because
Okay.
I'm sure it's very important.
Okay, so what you do is, Nihad, also because there are so many people and I don't want to forget, either you email me separately or just put it on the chat group, so we will see what can be done. I will have a chat with the team and we'll see where we can go from there. Okay, thank you, Nihad. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Maliha. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Any more questions, Ilona?
There's a question from Shazia back again. I don't know if we had a chance to answer you on this one. 75% passing score. If someone could not complete or reach to that level, what happens then? Are you still interested about that, Shazia? Or she was with us a little while ago.
Well, yeah, that's the passing score. So,
score. Yes.
In all levels, Miss, in all levels, it should be 75%. No.
60% for level 1, 60% for level 2, 75 for level 3, 75 for level 5.
60% for level 3.
60% for level
60%.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, can I pop in?
Yes, of course.
The 75% passing is for leadership and management. And if you think about it, the person in charge of you should be that qualified, right? But we do work with you. Don't be nervous or put off. We work with you to come up to that level, understand the standards, understand steps you might need to take. So we have a very high success rate with our participants. So don't be put off by that standard. Just we work with every student to get there.
Hi, excuse me.
Yes.
Can I ask something?
Oh.
Yeah, Miss Ilona, someone messaged me on WhatsApp. Can I send my inquiries or questions there? Is it okay?
Would it be WhatsApp from our side?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Can I send my inquiries there? Because if I ask here, it's gonna take our time too much.
No worry. You can send them via email. You can send them via WhatsApp. Communicating with us via email is always recommended. Okay. If you have any questions, you send us an email because it's easier for us to circulate within the team.
Okay, copy, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
I have a question, Maliha or Ilona.
Yes, Sadi.
Yes, Sadi.
Okay. So we are one of the school here in Turkey using IPC in our school. So is it possible to, for example, choose one of the subject in IPC and give a kind of seminar or webinar I mean, because we need, or our teachers as well, and some of our parents can speak English here, and they can also participate. So that will be really perfect things to organize a kind of seminar or giving a teaching method to both teachers and parents, or in the world, to be honest.
Okay, so you're talking specifically, Sadi, about the IPC curriculum.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So
I muted myself, not them.
we don't normally, obviously, when we look at the IPC training programs, it's not specific to the IPC curriculum. So there are two sides of the business. One is the IPC training programs, which is a cross-curricular. And then there's the IPC curriculum as well. We've done a lot of work in UAE and our company specifically, because we were carrying the IPC curriculum for some time. But we felt our strength and our contribution to early childhood would come more from the training side. So happy to have a separate conversation with you. I'm very familiar with the IPC curriculum. So happy to organize training specifically for your schools regarding IPC, so we can have a separate conversation. If you don't mind, I think we do have your email address. You could also put that in the chat group, and I'll try and connect with you directly regarding this.
I'm writing my email address, and if you send a specific email to me, I would appreciate.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Thanks a lot.
I hope this was helpful.
Yeah, helpful. Thank you very much.
All right. Great. Shazia, you raised your hands.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Again,
great.
I want to ask a question. Usually when we do international level of courses, I have faced this kind of problem that there are, everybody have a different kind of mindset or level of the understanding, and the level of working is different from person to person. So my major concern is this, ma'am, that what if our assignments and work will not be up to your level, then what will be happening? Because I have suffered this one thing by doing a course. I set course by doing from University of Cambridge. One of an institution was here in Pakistan. I enrolled myself over there, and they passed me in every assignment, every task, everything. They given me a very good remarks and marks too. But when overall all of my work went to University of Cambridge, UK, they straight away rejected that one, and they regret to certify me. So I was so disappointed that I have worked so hard, by doing the job. It was really hard to work with some kind of professional training, which is based on 1 year training that was. And I put a lot of capital amount on it as well, lots of effort on it and lots of time. But in the end, it was done like this. So ma'am, I want to know that how would you handle such kind of situation?
Okay. Whenever you, for any of the programs from level 1 all the way up to level 5, you are required to send us a registration form. Based on the registration form, we will determine which program you are fit for. So a lot of times we get people everyone wants to do the level 3. There are times when we recommend to them that maybe the level 2 program will be better for you. So we do assess before you submit. Sometimes we get applications in level 3 and we recommend to them that you do the level 5 because that may be better for them. At the end of the day, again, when we talk about quality and when we talk about, there's a bigger goal here. It's about raising the standards of early childhood. We don't want anyone to waste their money joining our programs and doing something that we feel they may or may not be able to do. All right. So we will always give you the right advice. And with the IPC program, in all the levels, so you may start a program and, there can be human error. You may have joined a program, and after module 1 or module 2, and I hope Kim and Vera are around, They can add to this, even Sean. If we feel that after module 1 or module 2, it's not working out, or we feel that you are unable to handle the program, we will let you know. We will let you know and give you, and you will have the option to exit rather than take you through the end of the program, because you're getting your grades module by module. So if you're doing the level 3, you don't have to wait till module 9. You will know by module 2 or 3, when you're getting your assignment marks, whether you're good to go and proceed with the rest of the program. Does anyone else from the team want to add anything here? Sean?
No more. Thank you.
Yes, what I would add is the fact that you are assessed continuously through the program, not just at the end, as Malia said. And if there's anything that we can do to help you, then you have the opportunity on occasion to rewrite assignments, so that if we think that you have you're better off with more information. So you are continuously assessed throughout the modules for all of the courses. So you don't get to the end and they say no. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen with us.
That's great. That's great. Thank you, ma'am. It was my major concern. Thanks a lot.
Great. Hope it answered your question. So let's move on to a couple of you written on the chat back again. I was wondering if AIM offered any courses towards learning disability teaching certification from Simoni. We do not have specific course on disabilities or learning disabilities. We do touch those during our courses, right, Sean? Right, Vera? Right, Game?
Yes.
Right, Miss Maliha, but as a specific course.
Yeah, I think for all the programs now, and we strongly feel as a team, when you're a teacher in early childhood or any teaching philosophy, it's not about having a specific course for learning needs or special learning needs. It is integrated in everything that you do now. So if Sean is reviewing a module on child growth and development, or is Veera, or is Kim on different topics, dealing with children on at different levels, at different developmental needs, it's all part of what you have to do as a teacher now. It's integrated. Yeah, and agreed, we don't have a special program, but anyone who is in teaching, if you're a special needs teacher, I encourage you to do the level 2 or the level 3. If you're a learning assistant working with special needs children, and that is specifically what you're doing, do the level 2 and level 3, know and understand what it is about teaching. Understand teaching young children, handling young children, what their needs are. So rather than going specifically into special needs, do get a teaching qualification as well, because that opens up your mind much more. Don't put yourself in a box. And yes, if you're able to top it up, we do have CPDs off and on. If you're able to top it up with professional development, that should be okay. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, short courses, perhaps in the future. So stay in tune with us. You never know. We always have some great courses coming. Like Ms. Maliha mentioned, on the continuous professional development, those are short courses, and once in a while we do run those as well, right, Ms. Maliha?
Yes, yes.
Now, any other questions coming through?
Can I have one more, please?
Absolutely, any.
Okay. For example, I am already a licensed teacher. Does anyone can advise me which level of course that I can take, or I get confused if I will take the IPC level 2 or the IPC level 3.
So yeah, Robin, send us your you can direct chat me with your number. I think we have your number. Get in touch, and I'll have a one-on-one call with you sometime next week.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello? Yes?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes. I wanted to ask something about something Miss Cheyenne said earlier. Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay. She talked about developmental milestone. Can she like talk about it like more? Give us some details because I didn't really. I don't know if he got it right or no.
Sorry, is your question about what is a developmental milestone? Or
for example, yes.
Right, okay. Well, the word, if I give you an example, the word milestone is a very old word. It means something to show you how close you are to your goal. For instance, if you're traveling from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, as you come out of Dubai, it'll say Abu Dhabi, I don't know, I can't remember how much it is, say 50 kilometers. You go 10 kilometers and it'll say, there's a sign Abu Dhabi 40 kilometers. Then further on, it'll say Abu Dhabi 30 kilometers.
Right.
That's a milestone. That is telling you how far you are towards your goal, the end of your journey. And that's why we use the word milestone. And it's just the journey through through childhood, the skills that they are gaining. For instance, when they start to crawl, that's an indication that they're going towards their goal of walking. And when they start to walk and they're going up the stairs, if they're using both feet at the same level, that's good, but they need to go to their goal, which is their developmental milestone of walking up steps in using alternate feet. So that's an example of a developmental goal for the children in their childhood. Does that help?
Yes. The other question is, all what you explain now is very clear and everything, but when it comes to the teacher, you talked about walking and crawling, but when it comes to the teacher, is it about meeting the children's need? And this is like the way I should follow, like the milestone you're talking about. For example, I want him to speak fluently, like 3 or 4 words in a row. At first, he can say only 1, and then 2. This is the second milestone, and then 3. Is this what you mean?
Well, as a teacher, you need to first of all assess your children by observation, and then you need to show where they are on the curriculum. Whichever curriculum you're using will use developmental milestones. Then you look at where they are, and it's your job to give them the opportunity, the activities to develop those skills so that they then gain the next milestone. And you do that through your planning. So observation, milestones.
First, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Cheyenne.
That's okay.
Okay. Anybody else before we wrap it up? Ms. Maliha, would you like to say your final words?
No, it's just been lovely evening. And we look forward to hearing from all of you very soon. And we will be in touch. And thank you, ladies. Thank you, team.
Great. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you for a lovely afternoon. It's been long but lovely. Nice. Thank you for all the participants. Bye, everyone.
And thank you to the panel. Appreciate everything you do on a regular basis.
Thank you to you, Maliha.
Yes, thank you,
Maliha.
Thanks, Leona.
So much. It was really good, informative, and it was a pleasure to join you. Thank you so much for all the Zoom meetings you're doing, Maliha. And I want just also to recommend the IPC levels, all the levels, level 1, 2, 3, and tell the girls who join and ask for the fees that I can really guarantee that IPC is the best price all over UAE. My team, they just many of my team, they done this session with Miss Maliha. It was just perfect, and they had the best price ever. So I just recommend it and encourage you just to join it. And it's really, really very good for your future and for your career and the CV.